Hey everybody, sorry about that. Had to go get something to eat. I'd already been committed to that, and I'm back now. Let me go ahead and get back to where I was. Shoot, where was I? Oh yeah, wait a minute, hold on. Yep, we were talking about that at that night after going to Golden Corral, and that crazy thing that where Max bowed up in that little room in there at the room. We decided to go to bed. And what would happen is we went upstairs, went to bed around midnight. I hear this noise. We're by a busy street, so I didn't see any cars going by. I didn't hear anything like that. I know what cars sound like. I know what airplanes sound like, helicopters, all that mess. So, and I have a very pessimistic attitude when it comes to anything that's odd. I kind of like try to figure it out first. And I didn't hear any normal noise. It was just this low growl sound. I'm like, what in the world is this? So I'm like kind of trying to ignore it, and then it got louder. And I'm not talking about like a little, I heard my dog earlier growling like a pit bull Doberman. That kind of is what it would sound like, but it was low. And then he got up and was like, started that stuff again like he was just doing earlier. He started growling, had his back bowed up. He was like, getting at it. And the noise was coming, at the foot of our bed at that point. It was up against the wall, and I had enough room for me to get between the bed and the window and all that just to walk back there and get into it. My wife was on the other side by the door, and at the end of the bed there is a dresser and a television. The TV don't work; it wasn't plugged in, and basically everything else was. We had the lights are off, all that's dark, and I heard that noise coming from behind the TV. Now I sit up and listen. And Max is growling, and then that growling that was low gets louder. Now they're both growling, and it's like that thing's growling at him, and he's growling at it. And I'm saying it because I'm telling you, it was not a motorcycle, it was not a car, it was not a helicopter or an airplane. I don't know what it was, but there was something behind the dresser growling. It was a guttural, deep, growling sound. And it was mean. Mean. I had, it's like those movies where you see those mean dogs. And it was just like, it was like growling and guttural. It wasn't just like a car or something stupid. It was like, it was, and it was up and down and in different pitches and stuff like that. So I knew it wasn't a car. And I'm like, kind of like frozen there going, what? And I wanted to sit over and nudge the wife and wake her up, but I didn't want her to get scared. And this lasted for about 25 seconds. 25 seconds. I don't know if you sat there, but you could sit there and sit like right now with the watch and go. 25 seconds, a long time. 25 seconds, a long time when you're just doing normal stuff. But when you got something that you can't see growling at you and your dog in the middle of a dark room, 25 seconds is a long time. So anyway, after about 25 seconds, it stopped. And I'm like, what was this noise? I'm not going to lie, I was scared. Scared. You could have touched me at that second and I'd probably hit the roof and just stuck on it. I was scared. And I'm not trying to make light of this, but that's the only way I can make sense of this and keep things real in my head. Seriously, I'm not trying to be, joking and fun with this. This is some serious stuff. I was scared to death. And the TV didn't work. So what I did is I got up real quick. Once the dog settled back down, I knew whatever it was had stopped. I got up, turned on the light. She kind of stirred a little bit, and I'm like looking around. I went back over behind the dresser, looked, and went nothing there. I plugged the TV in. And even though it didn't work, I wanted the damn light on. So I plugged the TV in, turned it on, and let it sit there. Yeah, it works when you put in a movie, like in the DVD player. It'll work then. But it doesn't have like cable, so it doesn't have any channels. And the ones that come in are like real fuzzy. So I went ahead and put something in there and let it play. And, she was like, what are you doing? Why are you leaving that on? I didn't tell her nothing. She went back to sleep. Now, the next morning, I told her, I was like, look, this is what happened. Did you not hear that? She was like, no, what happened? So I told her how Max had bowed up and alerted, how this noise was going off in the corner. and lasted for a good 25 seconds or so. And she was just like, wow, she was like, I wish you'd have said something. I was like, I was scared. I couldn't move hardly. And I was just watching him. I was watching the corner. I was watching him, watching the corner. And, I told her, I was like, I don't know what that was. I was like, but whatever. I was like, we're not spending the night here tonight. And, we went home. I think we were supposed to go home anyway, but if we hadn't, I would have left anyway. I thought, what is going on here? We had this crazy stuff go off at Golden Corral, and the cup moving in a zigzag formation in a Z, real fast, slow, and then real slow. I was like, that happened. And then the dog alerted towards the piano room, looking through the window glass, bowed up, growling, and try like in a protective mode. He was doing that. And then this happens at night. I'm telling you, I had never really experienced anything like that before. I hope that I don't do it again. I have since, I'm not going to lie, but I don't want it to happen again. But, it's out of my control. But yeah, I'd never heard anything like that, seen anything like that before. I was just like, wow, this little dog, I'm telling you, I love Max. He's a little Yorkie, but he is brave, because I would have, screw y'all, and I'd have been out the door. Once again, I'm not trying to be cowardly, but I couldn't do it. But he was all bowed up, ready to protect me and her, and I was so proud of him, and I love him so much, and I'm thankful for him. I'm glad he was there to alert us, because I don't know what was going to happen, and but we went and left that night, and that's what happened. Sorry I had to cut it off last time in the middle, but that's but I don't know what it was. I mean, you guys think I'm crazy, like I said, like we're by the road. It could have been a car, truck, whatever. No, this thing was growling up and down, guttural, just evil sounding noise. And I'd never heard that before. And I know, Max was not liking it one bit. And, but that's when all this kind of started. Like I said, something happened years before that, and I'll get to that some other day down the road, but I don't want to talk about that right now. Hindsight's 2020, all that. So, but I love my wife, and this, when it started, shortly after that, things started up a little bit here and there. I have the exact dates written down on some of this stuff, but a lot of this was lost, like what I just told you. It wasn't in my notes, but I know it because it stuck out. That was the beginning for me, and that stuck out for me. So I don't really have anything else to say today other than, what do you guys think? What was it? I don't know, but you could tell me it was a car, or maybe I was whatever. I didn't have nothing to drink, nothing, no beer, no nothing. I didn't have any of that. I had chicken wings, and that was it. So, I mean, I wasn't, drunk under the, influence of anything. I don't do drugs. I only drink very occasionally. And I'm telling you right now that I don't know. That's when it started. And that's pretty much all I got. Just let me know what you guys think, what it could have been. I think it was something, honestly, at this point now, looking back on it, and what's happened up to this point, I'm thinking it's either a bad spirit or something demonic, or I don't know. But I know it wasn't friendly. And, I just know that it was not there to, it didn't do anything to us. We didn't feel nothing. I didn't see anything, thank God. But just hearing that, man, it chilled my soul. I mean, it scared me to death. And from that point on, other stuff has happened. And, I'll go over it in the next video. I'll pull up my notes to see what I can. But a lot of stuff was lost because, like I said, it was in my old phone. And I had written it down like, October 20th, heard noise, slamming door, this, that, and the other. And, all that kind of notes that I was taking, a lot of them are gone. I think the next thing that I have written down was in 2015, I think in April or May or something like that. So, but we'll go over that next time. Some of these things are real tiny as far as what happened. Some of them are inconsequential. You hear a thump, you hear a noise, you hear whatever. it's settling of the house, pipes, this, that, and the other. Trust me, I've seen enough of these shows to know that, you know, people investigate all this stuff and you try to figure it out. And I'm very pessimistic. Like I said, I didn't believe in any of that crazy stuff, and I didn't feel like, you know, first thing I'm gonna think was, oh, it's supernatural. No, I try to figure things out, get a natural explanation for it. For one, because that's why I want to know the truth. And for two, I don't want to be scared. So if I just say it wasn't real, then things will be fine. I just ignore it. But in any event, that's all I got for now. Max is getting hungry, and I gotta let him out. So thank you so much. Leave some comments, and we'll go over this and talk about it, discuss it, and see what you think. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks so much. Y'all take care. Bye.